Zohran Mamdani is doing well. And the better that Zohran Mamdani does in the polls, the worse Andrew Cuomo gets with his campaigning. Let's take a look at this new AI ad that he released.
Hello, it's me, de Blasio. You know, New York City's least favorite mayor. Today, I want to introduce you to my mini-me Mamdani. Hiya! If you thought my policies were evil, you're gonna freaking hate this.
Sure will, boss.
In 2020, I cut $1 billion from the NYPD, which dramatically spiked crime.
But I wanted to fund the police entirely.
So evil, so unsafe. My mini-me also wants to cut gifted and talented school programs for kids, just like I tried, until the backlash.
There's no such thing as talent. Socialism means we're all equally dumb.
Right. And he's even copying my failed rent freeze I tried on millions of units, which ended up plunging the rates of available units and making the housing crunch higher and stop new housing construction, which would actually lower rents.
But I'm gonna do the same thing while doing a TikTok dance.
And most evil of all, I depoliced sex work, which ended up increasing sex trafficking for women and young girls in New York City.
So I'm gonna take it further by decriminalizing prostitution completely.
Wow. Once again, I find myself asking the question that some of you in the chat are asking as well, which is, who is this for? Like, who is going to watch this and go, hell yeah, brother, I'm voting for Andrew Cuomo? I don't understand. Anyway, what's dumb about this clip is that Zohran has never promised free housing or free transportation. He's promised a rent freeze on rent-stabilized apartments and free puzzes. You still pay for the subway. His agenda is fairly doable if negotiated with Albany. I wish that he could promise free housing and free transportation. That'd be sick. Sweet. I'm in a good ad spot. Very pro Mamdani ad spot. Let's go. For the record, it obviously did not end there. Cuomo is throwing out mailers, or the Cuomo campaign is throwing out mailers. The Michael Bloomberg pack with DoorDash has decided that the Hasan 9/11 stuff is actually really good. Has anyone seen these yet? I had a couple of my friends in New York report to me that they got Instagram ads. Someone sent me the mailer as well. Oh, here it is. Tyson Brody reports, amazing Fix the City ads on IG. Favorite part is that they have to add 9/11 for Hasan rather than just his name, unlike the other two, because Googling Hasan would just bring up his channel and fans. Google Hasan Pica 9/11, paid for by Fix the City Inc. Executive Director Megan Brown. Top 3 donors Michael Bloomberg, DoorDash, and John Hess. Not expressly or otherwise authorized or requested by any candidate or the candidate's committee or agent. More information at nyc.gov/followthemoney. Vote for Cuomo. And then Google Rebecca Kadaga and Google Siraj Wahaj. Why did they say Hasan Piker 9/11? Why didn't they just put my name? That's bullshit. Nothing quite as sad as a super PAC that never landed on something that works, just endless spaghetti at the wall. My meme became real. He kept trying to Google you. Every time I go, I see it. Everywhere I go, I see his face. There are so many people in politics and media obsessed with messaging to a population of Americans that statistically do not exist. It's very gratifying to see Cuomo run his whole campaign around it and just eat relentless shit. Completely true, and yet I would like to hear more. How would you describe this population? Guy who works at a factory but vociferously supports businessmen and the free market, hates socialism, season ticket Israel Maccabees fan, owns a 2-bedroom house, but is intensely invested in landlords' rights for some reason. Only media he watches is News Nation. Have the mailers actually kicked in? Let's look at trends. Trends.google.com. Hasan Piker 9/11. Past 90 days. Oh, big blip. Big blip. I guess no one searched it. Little blip on October 7, 8, 9. Only on October 17. Another major blip, which I suspect is that when the debate happened? Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Virginia. Number 3, New York. Let's look at Hasan Piker. Nope. Not a lot of motion there. Peaked at October 9th. Mostly in DC. Why is it always DC? It always freaks me out that DC is the number 1 place that is searching me. Every time. Yeah, it's mostly collar, shock collar, dog collar, cruelty to animals, shock. And then at 3rd place is Hasan GQ. And then at 5th place is Hasan Piker GQ. So yeah, it hasn't had the same motion as even Doctober 7 or Shocktober 7 did. The trend for your name, No 9/11, has had his all-time max around October 9th, the Kaya Saga. Yes. America deserved 9/11. Hasan Piker's vile comments exposed. Eric Adams for New York City 1 month ago. All right, we gotta tweak the algo, folks. And I want to know by not sub-region, but by countries, not by United States, but worldwide. I wonder where they're searching my name the most. I'm kind of surprised it's not Israel. United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Finland. What is this? You're never beating the allegations? Hasanabi Gaming. We got to put the meat pick up every time people search Hasan Piker or Hasanabi 9/11. That's what we got to do. That's cool that this is what they're trying to do as a last ditch effort. I also don't know who Rebecca Kadaga is, and everything I know about Siraj Wahhaj is that he's just a prominent Muslim religious leader that is important for Muslim New Yorkers, and virtually every single person running for mayor before or after has actually linked up with him. Giancarlo showed me that all of your ops are coming out for Cuomo. It's incredible. It's like, look at these scary black and brown people. Look at these scary Muslims. They're all radical. No, Megaphonics DJ, you are wrong. Siraj Wahhaj wasn't an unindicted 9/11 conspirator. He was an unindicted former World Trade Center bombing former unindicted conspirator. As in, it wasn't the 9/11. It was the last time before. It was in the one in 93. I feel like this is the type of guy that Cuomo's team is trying to reach out to. Yes, I make pretzels at the mall. I keep the food court exceptionally clean, and the pretzels are fresh, soft, and hot. That alone contributes more to American society than any brown third worlder ever will. This was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I can't believe this got 58,000 likes. Like this, when I saw this, I felt so sad. And it's like, obviously it's a neo-Nazi, but I still felt kind of bad about it. It's the driest looking, like I love Auntie Annie's. I think Auntie Annie's pretzels are crack. But it made me so sad seeing the desperate state of affairs on this pretzel, and just in general, imagining myself in the shoes of this like dumbass racist who's like, I'm broke loser and I hate my life, but at least I'm not a part of the third world or something. The thing that I don't understand about like the Google Hasan 9/11 comments, by the way, is that it doesn't do anything to Zohran Mamdani. All it at most, like the maximum impact that it would have is not against Zohran Mamdani, but against me. And if you think I'm your number one op, then you've already fucking lost the election. At most, the only thing you get out of this at most is like Zohran Mamdani will come out and be like, I disavow Hasan Piker, right? He hasn't done so yet. But even if he did do that, which I think it would be a silly thing to do regardless, because there's no reason to, but let's say he did that. He hit the maximum position here for defense. Condom hummus, he condom Hasanabi. So that doesn't really do anything to Zohran Mamdani. Maybe it just like makes people think he's like a little bit of a, maybe it shows, at least to myself or maybe some others as well, like that, you know, his instincts on this are led by fear. Having said that, that's not really going to impact him all that significantly in this race. And all that would do is basically put me in the hot seat for like a week. And it doesn't make any sense because like you're not running against me, dumbass. You're running against Zohran Mamdani. So it doesn't make any sense, which is why I keep saying like it's just like a really stupid thing for him to keep hammering on. Did you expect to end up being somehow a part of the New York City mayoral election? No, I did not. Like, yeah, it has as much motion as Zohran saying Google Logan Paul's suicide forest, except he doesn't even need to do that. He could quite literally be like, you went on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast last week. You know who else went on that podcast? Donald Trump. So like that's a silly line of attack. And even then, he wouldn't actually have to say anything more than Logan Paul. You went on Logan Paul's podcast because Logan Paul is a more known person than me in New York. Do you understand? You wouldn't need to do Logan Paul's suicide forest for people to know all of the negative associations with Logan Paul. It's just very stupid for, like I said, Andrew Cuomo to keep hitting that line over and over again.